startup is different. It's more popular, it's more glamorous. You're going to read about it in Inc. magazine. The stories that people see in the press are all about sexy startups. Some 19-year-old kid dropping out of high school and writing a cool app, that kind of thing. But the real two differences between a startup and a small business are, one, new products. Typically startups have a new offering, something different. And also, startups lack a proven business model. We talked about business models earlier. The reality is, in a startup, the first order of business is to create a business model that is sustainable. And what I mean by sustainable is, as we mentioned earlier, if you go to a bake shop, you know what a bakery is, and you know what your expectations are, and you know what your role is as the customer. You pick out what you want, and they put it in a box, and they give it to you. Well, in a startup, you have to educate and make people aware that A, you exist, B, that you have something that's worth doing differently than they've done it before, and that you can get their attention and abandon what they're doing now. And that's a much taller order of business. Startups have typically higher risks, higher rewards, require much more capital in general. I mean, obviously, if you're going to start a steel mill, that would require a bunch of capital in excess of what the average person can assemble through their personal networks. Either way, we have to verify that you can do business, that you can sell your products in a sustainable way, compete with other alternative ways that it's getting done, whatever it is that your solution is. Good examples would be products that are new, that people didn't think about before. Facebook was a new way to interact with friends. Netflix was a new way to watch movies. Even Home Depot, which it's a couple decades old now, was a new way to buy hardware and building supplies in a one-stop location. These are different. You'll notice also that two of them are internet-based, but that's not required. There are startups in all kinds of things: pharmaceuticals, retail, even airlines. As I said before, regardless of whether it's a startup or whether it's a small business, and whether you are going to cut new territory, break new ground, or open a shop that has a geographic advantage, you need to deliver what you promise and be able to add more value than how people are solving their problem now, and compel them to abandon what they're doing and how they're doing it. And that change like that can be difficult and expensive. In the next section, we will talk about common misperceptions about running a small business that may be holding you back.